G'day ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Draw with Jazza. I'm Jazza and I'm skipping this week's regular Let's Draw Live video because I will be offline for the next day or so because I'm going to be upgrading my computer. And of course, because a lot of people will be asking for specs, I'll just put out there that it's going to be an i7 3rd generation. I'm sticking with my current graphics card, which is a 2GB 570 GTX. I don't play computer games much these days, so I don't really need to upgrade that. And I'm also getting 32GB of DDR3 RAM, which is really cool. And I'll be running everything on 2 SSDs. So I'm pretty pumped because I'm going to be making video rendering, animating, and running multiple programs at once, my bitch. And that is exactly what I'm needing and really looking forward to. Anyway, I didn't want to give you nothing today, so I just dug up an old Let's Draw video in which I talked about drawing Peter Griffin. So I hope that entertains you a little bit. I didn't put it up because it ended up not feeling comprehensive or detailed enough, but it's also a bit of a fun one anyway. So if you want to draw along and draw Peter Griffin with me, that's what we'll be doing now. So I hope you enjoy it, and until next time, wish me luck with my computer upgrade, and I'll see you later. G'day ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Draw with Jazza. I'm Jazza, and today we have a bit of a simple, fun sort of Let's Draw video where we're going to draw Peter Griffin. So we start off, as we usually do, with construction lines where we bring out the basic shapes, and his body and torso is a very large circle, as you might imagine, because Peter Griffin is a bit of a fatty. So we kind of pull down the mid to bottom sides into legs, and then we add the head shape, which is kind of a lump on top of the circle. It's quite large, and the cheek bumps out directly on the side of the face. We're having this guy's arms on his waist, so we're making sure that the arms kind of pop out there, and we have the very rough shapes of the body in there now. So bringing out the belly, having the midline for the shirt, and then adding little features for the face, so that where the ears and hair and eyes go. In terms of features of this character, it's very minimal on detail, and it's more about getting the right shape and balance of those shapes with each other, and making sure that we make it look very much like a character which has a very set design, because if you get something wrong in this sort of thing, people notice it. So the next thing I'm doing is just kind of making sure I can go in and add the details and make sure I get all those little things right. So the shirts on the buttons and the collar, the things like the folds under the belly, because the shirt kind of tucks in and it is stretched and pulled out by the fat of his belly at the same time. The folds of the arms of the shirt sleeve being rolled up to his elbows, and then features in the face, so making sure that the eye shapes and the glasses and the ear details and all that stuff is in place, ready for when we do the line work and then we do the colouring. We don't necessarily have to do this stage. If you're confident with drawing a character, you don't have to go add all these fine details, but it helps if you haven't done them that much, because you just have it there ready to just go over when you're doing the line work, which I'm ready to do now. Now, because this is a very simple sort of character, but a well-known one, we want to make sure that the line work is as polished as we can make it. So just make it really nice and smooth. It's very minimal on line work, and because there's such a lack of detail, the line work matters even more, in my opinion, because there's less to distract from the content from the line work there. So if it's kind of rough and a bit sloppy, or just a bit rushed, people will notice. So you just want to make sure that you're focusing on line weight variations, tapering out into points, things like the folds on the bottom of the belly and everything like that. And then when we're ready to go forwards, we add the colouring, and it's very small, thin areas of shadow in a character like this. Now, they don't really use shadow in the TV version of the characters because their budget wouldn't really allow such, but for poster versions, to keep it consistent, they have it mostly flat, but they have little areas of dark and little areas of light, and that's what we're going to be doing now. Just that adds that little extra dimension of polish and finish. It's something that you might notice if you look at characters in the Simpsons posters or Family Guy posters and things like that. They actually have the shadows and highlights, where in the TV show itself they don't. Anyways, that today is our Let's Draw video on how to draw Peter Griffin. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to check out the other Let's Draw videos, which some will play at the end of this video, and leave your comments and suggestions for future Let's Draw videos at the end of this in the comment section below. Thank you for joining me, and until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you later.